What's up? What's up? How many know he will bring you out? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Will you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Because I cannot hear my own self. So let me see. Let me turn this up. Oh, yeah. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me live. I can hear myself on the other device. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Boy. Why y'all mad though? What? Why y'all mad at St. James? What I do? He brought you out, K. Rich. What did he bring you out of? Come on and testify. But what did he bring you out of? That's all I want to know. What did he do? What did he do? Let me take this banner down. And the Lord do it. I don't feel like being in cabin tonight, y'all. Y'all just got to deal with me behind the wall tonight. What's up? Who do we have in here tonight? Melanie Wrights, good to see you. Nautilus, we back. LT's in the house. Tasha's in the house. Lokovich in the house. What's up? Okay, I'm going to get this right. The new Iota, a.k.a. 1908. What's up? President accounted for. Shelby's in the house tonight. Peaches M. Thank you for coming on through. Appreciate each and every one of you. Sean's in the house. What's up, Sean? I got your message. What's up, Ann Brock is in the building, and so is Shardy Shard. Oh, my buddy, Pam the Law Esquire. Yeah. You know, I just had to get in the car, Pam, and roam around the streets. Let me tell you, I've been everywhere. I was around everywhere today in Detroit. What am I sipping on? Let me tell you. I was down in the hotel restaurant. Right now, I got water. You said I better be at GEI tomorrow. Is that right? Right? Oh, Lord, Goonies in the building. Lord have mercy. What's up, y'all? I hope each and every one of you had a chance to hit that like button already. I need you to hit it. Hit the like button as we are getting started with the little commentary on tonight. I appreciate you for watching. But please like and share. And also feel free to comment. Make sure that you had hit subscribe, all right? To become a member, the link is in the description of the video. And also support with your finances, all right? Your likes are wonderful, but your finances are even better. So we appreciate each and every one of you. Listen, so last night, of course, one of the events that I went to while I'm here in Detroit was the Hawkins tribute. And we talked about it last night. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, make sure after this video, you go and check out what we talked about last night, Detroit's tribute to the Hawkins. Now, St. James said quite a few things. I said some things that were, some Detroit, I don't know what you call them, Detroitians. I don't know what they call around here. But people still putting ones in they must be coming. Oh no, I'm just late. Okay. Shardy said, what'd you say? Stop over in Troy. You got to check out the mall called. Yes, I was at Somerset. Bought a few things at Somerset. Yes, I did. I went there yesterday, actually. Yes. I will definitely figure out where to shop. Shardy Sharp. You don't have to tell me twice. All right. You said he brought you out, K Rich, of pneumonia and the flu. Come on now and testify. Talk about the goodness of the Lord. What's up, Dollar? So, yesterday I did my opinion on the tribute of the Hawkins family from the Detroit aspect of Detroit. And of course, I'm biased. I'll admit it. I'm biased. I like to hear the Hawkins music done a certain way. I got a lot of inboxes today. Some inboxes that said, they appreciated the review. They felt I was on point with the review. There was a lot of disparaging things said about the promoter of the tribute, which I expected that. I got some additional clarification on a lot of things today as well regarding the insides and outs of the business side and things that aren't so much in the forefront. Although I'm not going to run verbatim and run all through all of those, but listen, but you didn't lie. No, I don't. I think I lied not. I think I lied not, Sean. I don't think I told anything. What's up, Jay Boogie? Let's see here. There is just, I guess there was a problem with what I said in regards to musicians and musicianship and how the music was played. If you were honest, and if any of you got a chance to look at any of the Facebook online of it, the first song that was played, I didn't even know what song that was in regards to the intro that it was given. I couldn't decipher the song off of the intro. And I kind of knew, oh Lord, if this is the first song and I couldn't decipher the intro, I knew we was probably going down a road that wasn't going to be so enjoyable. Your opinion is never a lie. Right. You right. What's up, Inspire? You still up, Inspire? What's up, Dayton and Shanae? Good to see you. Sometimes I'll be missing some people in the chat, y'all. Just charge it to my heart, not on my head and not my heart. I'll be running my mouth in a zone, but you know how that goes. But as you're coming in, please hit that like button for me, okay? Hit that like button. People can't take constructive criticism anymore, so it's not surprising. No, they can't. And if you're a true Hawkins fan, it's just like being a true Hezekiah Walker fan. If we were in New York and we were expecting to have a Hezekiah Walker tribute, we know the sound of New York. We know the sound of Love Fellowship. Now we know the sound of Vincent Bohannon. We knew the sound of Institutional Church, where that good music comes out of. We know the sound of New York. Okay, so which is good. So if New York says, I want to do a tribute to Shirley Caesar, a tribute to Albertina Walker, a tribute to Thomas Whitfield, and let me tell you, matter of fact, I'm gonna narrow it down. I'm going to say a tribute to Thomas Whitfield, because we know that Whitfield has a particular, really distinct type of style. Okay? Whitfield has that style. Andre Crouch had that style. The Hawkins have that style. Edwin had his own. Walter had his own. And they were a great mirror together when on a stage and the songs were intertwined. It was a great thing. So my issue with Detroit and last night, like I said, I got inboxes, I got these people. I even heard from the music director, who was not really that fond of what I said and fond of St. James. He goes on to tell me how, what he said. Let me see what he said. I was the MD. Since you don't have records, receipts, or evidence of what was done behind the scenes, let me help you out. I said, well, give me the cliff notes. That's what I told him. Wasn't going to call you or nothing. Give me the cliff notes, whatever. Let me know. Whatever you think I should know, let me know. Okay. They always bother me. They always bother me. But I think he's missing the issue of it. It's not about him personally, even though I heard he was hard to work with, but it was not about him personally. In my opinion, it was about the cohesiveness of the band. And they go on to say how, Terry Moore, who played some of the songs, who was Walter Hawkins' organist for years upon years upon years. Okay? So there's no question, there's no doubt, if Terry Moore is telling you the songs go a certain way, it would behoove you to take heed to him and just kind of do it that way. Terry isn't the one that you have to be a stickler for every beat or the foundation needs to be right. But you can't just say, oh, Terry Moore is so arrogant. Yes. All the Hawkins are arrogant. Everybody associated with the Hawkins are arrogant. I get arrogant, okay? I'm a new chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reba. But I think there was an issue with outsiders, so-called outsiders, coming in and telling the musicians pretty much what to do. Again, it brings me back. If you're doing a tribute, the foundation needs to be sure. We have to be sure on the foundation of the songs. If the songs aren't sounding Hawkinish, then there needs to be some correction, regardless of how long you've been playing or how long. Listen, wonderful musicians and singers in Detroit. I have no doubt there's wonderful. We heard some good, people singing last night. We heard it. That's not the issue. The issue is with the sound of the Hawkins in regards to a tribute. That was the issue, okay? Now we understand that, Tremaine wasn't asked to come. Yvette Flunder wasn't asked to come, of course, They're not having that, with Shirley Miller. Oh, no. Lynette, of course, lost her husband recently. Now, it was my understanding, but I got some clarity today, that, after losing her husband unexpectedly, she is in a time of grief. So we are definitely going to give Lynette Hawkins Stevens her time of grief, because it's very understandable. Definitely you have, all your siblings are gone. I believe now there's only Carol and Daniel in her left, So this can be very rough. Pam says Detroit has some great musicians, so they probably just gathered who they can afford. See that, and that's what I want to get to, Pam. what you can afford. Pam, do not do an event as such as this and you can not afford it. Strive for excellence. If you cannot afford to really get the ones and the group of people that you know will execute the sound of whoever you're making the tribute towards, if they cannot execute it with excellence and with integrity, you cannot do the tribute. If you're going to do a tribute, says future Judge Pam Esquire, you should be getting musicians who know the sound. Like I said, the first song that was presented last night had no idea what it was because the intro was Hosh Posh. It was not an intro that I've ever heard on any Hawkins release. Fetty, Daniel, and Lynette. Yeah, so Carol died, right? So Carol died. Okay, so Fetty, Daniel, and Lynette is surviving. Why wasn't Lady Tremaine not invited? Well, we all know Lady Tremaine could be a little difficult, but no one's that difficult when you have the money. And again, it goes back to putting on events when you do not have the money. Jonathan Dubose, he was not, could not afford him. So he couldn't come. Don't try to put things out and you can. I don't know what it is. I have someone in my city who is much like this promoter that did this last night. He does a lot of things. He reaches, he has these grand ideas with, champagne dreams and beer bottle pockets, as they say. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's I want to be known. I want to be the one. I want to be the gospel person of the city. I want people to know me. I want people to come to me when they want to be put on in regards to music. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But I know somebody in my city who acts like this promoter. And if you don't have the money to execute it, don't do it. Mm-hmm. So click that like button. Dayton says, it is disrespectful to not keep the framework of the sound. The foundation may stay in place. That was my issue, even when it comes down to the leading. And I know there was a lot of, moving around with leaders and things like that, because after Crystal Rucker was told, she was told last week that, they couldn't afford her. After putting her face on these flyers for months, up on actually a year. I'm not sure when Crystal's face got on there, but this was promoted for over a year, or at least at a year. So you had all these people on there, and then to be told, we can't afford you the week before you come. It doesn't show a lot of integrity. It shows that maybe there was misappropriation of funds. Things were not just executed in the right way. And my thing was, I ain't going to say good thing, but Ricky Dillard does need our prayers. Ricky Dillard is ill, but Ricky Dillard is not hospitalized, okay? There was a couple of other concerts that Ricky has postponed that are coming up because he is ill. But my thing, with the lack of funds on the table for that concert, how was Ricky supposed to get paid if he did show up? Thank you, Inspire. How was Ricky supposed to get paid if Ricky did show up? I'm not going to get all into the finances because I got a good breakdown, but I'm not going to go there. Mm-hmm. Yes, see, there was a lot of moving around with leads and putting people with voices that leads that is not fitting their voices. You know, like the lady who led from the Thomas Whitfield, she did Be Grateful. She has a particular like Macy Gray type of voice, which was not suitable for Be Grateful. Not saying that she cannot sing because she can sing, but it was just a suitability of it's like you don't just throw out leads for Hawkins songs. You don't do that. You don't just throw out leads. You carefully think. But if you're a promoter that don't nobody want to F with, you won't be able to get no singers that can really execute it. El Teddy says, I'm the only one who don't care about it. Shut your mouth, El Teddy. It is a voice of a particular, you know, appreciation, El Teddy. I'll say that. Um, Pam says some Detroit promoters have a bad habit of booking people and relying on tickets. And it happens across the board. And one thing about gospel music, you can't rely on ticket sales because people don't put that musket. They say they love gospel music. They say they appreciate gospel music. Oh, they have all these favorite gospel artists, but they won't buy them. They want to spend $10. They don't want to spend $20. They don't want to spend $40. So you cannot rely on the door to pay your guests. And I seen the promoter back there roaming around in the foyer last night. I don't know if he was in special prayer that people were going to walk up and start buying tickets. Listen, I've been there when you're looking for additional sales of at the door, but the additional sales at the door should be your money, some extra money to maybe give some people who are kind of impromptu in your concert. You slip them $100 bill, you slip them a $50, you slip them something to eat, some eating money. The door money should never be contracted money that you're under a contract to give. Okay. So no, we cannot depend on the door to sell concerts. They couldn't pay what the firm, Clark. Well, I think we got kind of that situation going on right now. I think it was not intended to be Klarna or a firm, but I think we got that situation going on now. Okay. Aaron D says, I love the Hawks. If it ain't right, don't do it. If it ain't right, don't do it. If you don't got the money to do it, don't do it. If you cannot get the people who know the music of your artist that you're trying to make the tribute to, don't do it. Jonathan Greer was the choir director, one of the choir directors last night. And of course, Jonathan Greer has been with the Hawkins for over 25 years. He directs the music and arts for over 25 years. Also, and continues to direct the Music and Arts Global under the leadership of Donald Lawrence. Jonathan Greer was for many years the director at Greater Bethany Community Church, where pastored by Bishop R.W. McMurray, which is now the City of Refuge. He stayed at City of Refuge for a little while before he moved on. But Jonathan Greer, when I seen Jonathan Greer's photo on the flyer, I was like, okay, this is going to be epic because Jonathan knows the heart of the Hawkins. He's been with the Hawkins for years, friends with the Hawkins for years. He knows the heart of the music of the Hawkins, so he can't F this up. We know what this is going to do, want to become. But it takes more than one person to execute and take on a challenge such as last night. A lot of issues with the singers, a lot of issues with musicians. Lot of, and my thing is, I asked the question, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? Now, before the concert, people were hitting me up because they kept seeing me promoted. They were like, this guy, I don't know if you want to continue to promote it because something is probably going to happen. People don't get paid. This happens, that happens. And me, I don't know him. So, I'm just looking at it's the Hawkins. So let me go ahead and promote this. This is something that I'm going to go to. So I'll go ahead and promote it and just support it. But, I think we need to quit punking people and pimping people out. Yes, Jonathan is at the absolute best. Ricky Dillard looked well at how sweet the sound in Atlanta on June. That was June 1st. It is June 22nd. That's all I got to say. If I tell you the duck is a truck, AP, hook it up. All right. El Teddy, what you say? If they messed up, be grateful, then throw the whole damn tribute away. And it wasn't a mess up. I won't say it was a mess up. Like I said, there's tribute, there's concert, there's Sunday morning. 3 different presentations. Tribute, concert, or musical, and then Sunday morning. That Be Grateful can be presented 3 different ways depending on the occasion. When you have a tribute, and I'm going to regurgitate and repeat a few things that I said last night. When you have a tribute, you are to keep the foundation and give the audience the nostalgic type of feeling of what they're used to. If Lynette said someone else is worse off than you, then I need you to say someone else is worse off than you. You can do it different. Someone else is worse off than you. You can do it however you want it, but I need you to do about 80% of those ad libs because it needs to connect. You're paying tribute to the words, to the songs that we all grew up on. And we don't just grew up on the sound of the music. We grew up on the words. We grew up on the ad libs. Come on. When we listen to Carole King say, why should I wait? Hallelujah. Why should I wait? Hallelujah. On Don't Wait Till the Battle Is Over and LaWanda, whatever her name is. When we listen to them say that, we want to connect with that when you're doing a tribute. We don't need a whole bunch of other stuff. That's why it's important when you're picking these leaders. And like I said, I understand they had some stuff going on with leaders. But then it goes back to when you don't have the proper stuff to present it, you don't do it. Need all the ad libs for a tribute. Yes, Aaron. All the ad libs. Yeah, Sunday morning is just the mass choir singing. You may get about 65% of how it's supposed to go, but you run with it because it's church choir. It's church choir. This is what will happen. Would you say Donald Lauren and his choir alone could just done the tribute and perfected it without question? Without any question whatsoever. But Donald Lawrence has the means and the ability to do that tribute. But Donald Lawrence knows the importance of presenting Hawkins music, Hawkins style, Hawkins business in a more effective way, in a more excellent way. That's why when Edwin died and we stopped doing music and arts for a while, everybody was pressuring Donald. Let's go, Donald. Come on. You said, Edwin wanted you to take over music and arts. Let's do it. Let's do it. Everybody's pressuring. Let's get together. No, Donald don't care about y'all pressuring him. Donald cares about the end, the finality at the end of the road. He cares about make sure that when it's represented, and him being the chairman of the music and arts now, that it is done with excellence. So he took his time. Not only did he take his time, he shuffled that thing around and did something that Edwin had been wanting to do for years, take the music and arts out of the country. So it's important. Don't do things for just to get a name for yourself. Don't do things just to say, oh, I want them to treat me that I'm the gospel person of Atlanta, or I'm the gospel person of Chicago. I'm the gospel person of Detroit. Be the gospel person, but have the backing, have the ability to be that person. Okay? Have the integrity to be that person. Have the support of your community to be that person. Everybody in your community is not going to like you. I'm not saying everybody has to like you. Everybody won't like your style of music or how you do things, but they can respect. I have had singers sing with me that halfway like me. But as St. James, does he care if that singer likes him or not? If the singer is a great singer and they won't disrespect me as I not disrespect them, we can present a wonderful presentation together. We can do it. We don't have to be in love with each other to make something, to execute a wonderful presentation. So I'm hearing all this. Nobody like the promoter. Nobody like this. Nobody, he don't know this. He don't know that. So it takes me back to, there needs to be some self-reflection here. There needs to be some restoration of some relationships before we start booking more concerts. Before I get into something else, they didn't sing they didn't sing Wait Till the Battle Is Over. They didn't sing Changed. They didn't sing He'll Bring You Out. And another thing, they said, well, it was a time limit on the church and they were shouting. No, y'all was shouting because y'all know y'all didn't really, these songs, you couldn't do Change because, So sometimes they shout out the time, y'all. We ain't no fool. People shout out the time so they can not present everything that needs to be presented. Chris Brooks says, I'm embarrassed for my city. My has done 2 live recordings and they have not been completed. My. Well, that's not good. There you go. That's what LaRonda Scroggins with come on, my Bay Area, Denise M. You must be from that Bay Area. You know that Hawkins stuff. Eminem is on the screen because he's from Detroit and he's wondering why y'all mad. That's why Eminem. Donald Lauren knows the Hawkins style and he appreciates it, and he will never present it in a way that is just half-assed. He will present it with the ultimate respect that the music deserves. Even if say it's Vanessa Bell. And I'm not narrowing this down just to the Hawkins because I'm one of the biggest Hawkins fans. I'll narrow it down to any artist. If you're doing a Yolanda Adams tribute, it needs to give us the nostalgic feeling of Yolanda Adams, musically, lyrically, and the style. Okay? What's up, Keisha Green? Sean said, you so right. And many of us are still waiting on our pay. My God, today. Oh, Jesus. Remember the one he said BET was recording? Well, that didn't come to fruition. Marcel embarrassed himself, not my city. I knew not to go. See, listen, when I seen the crowd, Pam, I knew what day it was. And I walked in there about 6:45. And it's supposed to start at 7. And, everybody knows that, cities, people come late, it was a decent crowd, but you can tell with the overhead and the things that he put in place, he definitely didn't make the money for that concert. But as Pam said, she knew it. So she ain't got nothing to complain about, because she said, listen, that's why I tell people about that individual that does concerts in my city. I said, we don't want to hear nothing that you got to say afterwards. When he don't pay you, when somebody suspiciously runs off with the money, when his dog ate the money, when one time he took his behind up to Oakland, he was going to have a concert, he was going to have a a play. You know, he's multi-talented. He was going to have a play. He had a couple nights in the play. Let me tell you this. The musicians threatened to throw him off the Golden Gate Bridge. The musicians had brought their families from other cities to the Bay Area, relying on the payment from this dude. And after that doggone things were done, he come talking about, again, somebody stole the money. Then he come talking about he was going to unalive himself and jump off the bridge. I said, go ahead and give him an anchor. Ah! Oh, because he's full of shiznit. Give him an anchor. Drop all the way down. Because you're lying wonder. Music and Arts, we did a project last year in London, and it will be released very shortly. It will be released shortly. Donald said that about maybe almost a few weeks ago. Just scamming and collecting money, but delivering false pretenses in the name of Detroit. That's why my thing is, I don't come on here because I know St. James ain't no fool now. I am fully aware that there is wonderful music. This is Detroit. I know what Detroit produces. You have some of the most wonderful people here. You have the Clarks, you have the Whitfields, you have the Armstrongs. You have so many people, and which I'm just naming stuff that has been in the forefront for years. You got the groups that people may not know about as as noted as some of those others. So I know that there's people up in here and excellent music folk. But I'm speaking of what I experienced last night. Okay. You talking about this? You're talking about this? So we still own Affirm and Afterpay from the concert last night. We own Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. But we have the humiliated gall to post another concert with Ricky Dillon in September. Nigga got balls, I tell you. Balls of steel. And let me tell you something. What you gonna do here? An evening of gospel featuring choir master Dr. Ricky Dillon. And let me tell you the background on this. Look, can I share it with you? And it's typical, and it's typical. Ricky was given a deposit to come. Ricky took ill, can't come. So there's still a floating deposit out there. Talks to the management. Okay, maybe on this date, we can go ahead and make it up and do a concert or what have you. Now, I'm pretty much convinced ain't no contract signed. I'm pretty convinced ain't no contract signed. But Detroit, now I won't be flying out for it. I'm just letting y'all know, so y'all ain't got to worry about St. James running his mouth. I won't be flying out here for it. I got on a plane and flew here. Right. At least I went to the Motown Museum. And I tell you, I've had some wonderful food. I definitely enjoyed my time and I'm still going on. I got one more day. I fly out tomorrow evening, but I got a whole day to mess around in these Detroit streets tomorrow morning and afternoon. People need to use wisdom. Use wisdom. If you still on Klarna and Afterpay from last night, let's not post any more concerts until everything is cleared up. You said they won't get him again. See, that's the problem. He does stuff like that and it gives people bad taste. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all please share and hit that like button. Mm-hmm. He's a member of GEI and he didn't ask the band to play. Listen, that was my question. We listen to GEI online all the time and they sound wonderful. Got the horns and got the disc. Imagine Hawkins music with, with maybe Terry Moore playing some of the songs as Walter's organist. You bring in Jonathan Dubois or whatever. I never could say his name. Dubois, I don't know. And then maybe Derek Hall out of the Bay Area who played for Edwin, and and you bring in a few of them, and then you mix it with that Brooks, and you mix it with J. Drew Sheard and the other ones there, and you put the horns in it. I really thought maybe that was I was walking into. Please. Don't let Jesse fool you. Those people from last night were not close to Detroit's best. Where are you going to church? I don't know. Dayton, what church you from? You on the security committee? You gonna hit me up? Well, I went over to perfecting earlier today. Y'all see the video after this video. I took a video perfecting. They might have my face on the billboard up there. What's up, Lady Wisdom? Gee, I don't claim them. Well, obviously, there is no real good relationship because if I was at a church such as GEI, I would have told Jay Drew, and I'm assuming Jay Drew is still the music director. Talk to Jay Drew, talk to the Brooks guy, and we're like, can we make this happen? But again, if you're broke, and this is what these people rely on to as their livelihood to survive, then you can't approach the best. You can't approach the one that will execute it the right way. And sometimes it's not about being the best musician. It's being the best executioner. You have to be able to execute this thing wonderfully. You may not be able to play that song like Daniel Hawkins played it or back in the day or something, but you need to be able to execute it in a way where people will say, oh my God, they added such a wonderful thing to the foundation of that song. West Oakland, but I live in, oh, okay. But you live in Kentucky. Okay. All right. Jinx says, from some of the rehearsals he was posting earlier this year, they were never playing and singing songs of the Hawkins. What were they playing and singing? What were they playing? It should have they should have been regurgitating and so tired of the Hawkins songs by last night because they've been playing them over and over again. I'm just going to say it. Like I said, it was a good concert, but it wasn't a great one. And listen, I'm being nice. And call me biased. Tell them to get my ass out of Detroit and go back to California. Gladly. But I tell you this. I ain't never been to a Hawkins tribute like I went to last night. I can say that. Yes. So Ferdy's son. I said Carol's last night. I'm about Carol passed. Ferdy is living. Ferdy's son would have had that rhythm section spoken. Drummer was doing his own thing. The bass player was doing his own thing. I wish I had some scissors. I would have walked right up to him and clipped him. But yeah, everybody was doing their own thing. You know, the MD didn't send me a message. He got all ruffled in his feathers with me. And I can just tell he just upset. He didn't like Terry Moore. He didn't like, nobody coming in and telling them how to play the music. Maybe you should have listened. And then he said, well, he wasn't coming to all the rehearsals. Well, he shouldn't have to come to all the rehearsals. Why did you not know the moves after having all those rehearsals? Why did Terry have to give you instructions from his seat as to where to go? Talking about, well, he's so arrogant. Yeah, he arrogant. I know Terry's arrogant. Hey, when you traveled all around the world with Walter Hawkins and Edwin, you get a little arrogant. You arrogant too, sir. Everybody get a little arrogant. Just what it is. If you have flopped and are shady about business, no one at the least a decent status would do. And I think that's what we're experiencing here. So now we're just getting whosoever will let them come. I don't do things with whosoever will let them come. I get my musicians from Los Angeles, and that's not a total slight on musicians in my city. I just like the aggressiveness of my friends from Los Angeles who know the style that I like. I call my friend Brian Hurd, and he comes up to my city and does my concerts, and he knows exactly what I want to do. When we did our Hawkins tribute, he did the Hawkins tribute, he did the Andre Crouch tribute. He's done and I remember we did the tribute. I think we did like a medley of Thomas Whitfield, and we did a lot of things. And let me tell you, he always kept the foundation. We did, and even when we did our award show, and Edwin Hawkins was there, he said, Chris, the musicians were excellent and the singers were excellent. Because I knew, regardless of what I think something has to go, once you get into the music, get into the song, and the spirit, does that shift, then you can do what you need to do with the song. But in the beginning, it needs to be like you turning on that record player. To a certain extent. I told one of the musicians from Detroit not to play for the concert last night, and he didn't listen. So now his name is part of the reputation of poor representation. And everybody wants to bail out and say, well, it wasn't me. No, it was a collective type of thing because, like I said, everybody, it didn't sound like anybody. You're saying that you had rehearsals, and you're complaining that Terry wasn't at rehearsals. But you didn't sound like you had a rehearsal on a lot of those songs. Sound like you learned the song like some of my musicians used to do to me when it's time for church choir rehearsal. Some of you musicians, when it's time for choir rehearsal on a Thursday night, you learning the songs on the way to rehearsal. And I can tell, but you'll have them songs by Sunday. I've been dealing with musicians for years. I know how it goes. Regardless of what their style is. Now, I don't deal with beginners, but that's just me. I don't have the patience. I don't work with kids choirs. I don't have the patience. So that's just me. That's just St. James. I work with grown folk because I want excellence when I present. And we know with children, there's they push you a little. But your review wasn't nasty. It was fair for everyone to be upset. Yeah. I just let them be upset, and I just take what they say. But I say, if you really listen to what I was saying, it wasn't like saying it was just not well executed at all. You said Vincent Bohannon was one of the ones who flew in for rehearsal. No, James Hall, I thought did. I thought it was James and Jonathan who flew in. Vincent didn't fly in. Vincent was just an MC. They played more of his songs. So they were playing Vincent songs at rehearsals. But it was my understanding, because Vincent wasn't a choir director. He was just a host, co-host. James Hall and Jonathan Greer were flying in here. That's what I'm saying. A lot of work was done for the execution that happened last night. It just, a lot of work was done that maybe it wasn't done in the right way, but yeah. If Terry wasn't at rehearsal, Terry should have been sitting in the pews. Well, not necessarily. Terry was sitting in the pews for majority of the songs. But again, Kim, they needed Terry on that instrument. That's what I thought, Harold. And Harold played well. Harold played well. But the cohesiveness, Harold, I don't know if Harold was one of the musicians last night. I would love for you to come up and speak, if you wouldn't mind. If you don't want to, I understand. Oh, Brian, yeah, Hurd is a beast, okay? Well, it's Bryant, Bryant. But people call him Bryant, but it's Bryant. Okay, I read that. I know I missed some things. I'm trying to go back. You said, and the people from Detroit that were a part of last night are going to be gullible and still fall for the foolishness of September. You know, it's on them. You know, people want to be close to artists. They think that, I'll play for them. Maybe they'll hear me play and they'll take me on the road with them. Baby. That is far and in between. Okay. Far and in between. But that's kind of the attitude of some musicians. Like, they'll just take the gig, which it works out sometimes. You're just going to play, and maybe that artist will like you and want to do some work with you. Great. But a lot of times, I don't know if that works. Listen, really big. I'm just up here. They want me to pack my shit and get out, but I'm just here. Just here chilling out. You said, does Tammy or Monique Swansea? Yes, they do. All three girls have the same mother and father. It says, I know the bass player and the drummer, and they don't do well with playing in full band setting. And that takes a lot of discipline, because I was still trying to hear that pocket. That pocket on the drum, that real deep, that regular pocket that Joel used to do on the drums. Joe Smith and some other ones that you don't need to do. One thing about Edwin and Walter, they did not like a lot of you going off on your own and doing your own thing on the instruments. They like things very cohesive, together, and just great. I didn't hear a good pocket last night. Whose church? Peace? No, it's not. It's not closed. They having some preacher from Nashville, bishop from Nashville, preach on Sunday. They're not closed. He did warn me. Well, Harold, I think this should be a learning experience from you. You want to help out people. You want to be there when other people have maybe turned them down. But as a musician, you have to keep your integrity and your gift as superior and supreme. You don't want people to think that you are just the person that will play for anything and anybody and don't have any standards. Musicians need to have standards, because this is your gift that God has given you. You shouldn't have to, just use it any way that someone wants you to use it. If you can link up with a group of guys that are on one, mission and want to do that execution of these songs together, and you played with them before, or in the rehearsals, you're picking up their spirits and everything is good. When that guy told me, oh, Terry is just arrogant. Oh no, you're arrogant as well. You're arrogant as well. But you have to protect your gift. You can't play for everybody. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's why and we just talking about stuff. Can we be real? We're talking about things that have carried the Hawkins to the grave, from their childhood of singing to the grave in their 80 years old, late 70s, or what have you, rather, or 70, whatever, But a long life of gospel music, in the business of gospel music. So their blueprint worked. Why do we feel we have to take their blueprint and mark all over it? Their blueprint worked. Guess what? If you have a blueprint and the mind frame as the Hawkins, as a musician, guess how long, and as a singer, as a choir master, as whatever, guess how long that could take, guess how far that can take you as well. Let me say this. That can take us where when I met the Hawkins in 2009, my life changed musically. My life changed musically. I started thinking about music, how I taught it, how I sung it, how I heard it. I thought about music differently because I said, listen, I've been listening to these people all my life. And when I finally got the opportunity to actually meet them and eat with them and travel and do things with them, I knew that I had to strive for a different type of excellence. I thought I was doing things right, and what I did it carried me. But now I see, and I have another blueprint of how I would want to continue my music career, if you want to say that. Mm. Let me reading some more of these messages. You said, I said wanted musicians to rehearse starting in October till June and pay penny. And see, that's a thing too. You can't expect musicians just don't work like that. They're not going to give you all that time, and then you want to throw, musicians are making a good amount of money on Sunday mornings for one service. And now you're talking about all these rehearsals, these 6 months, 7-month rehearsals, and then you don't want to pay nothing. It's not going to, it ain't going to work. But not this break, he was over his heads, but it seemed like this is a routine. This is a pattern. It's a pattern. Mm-hmm. Oh no, they're getting. Don't worry, BJ. Don't worry about it. We doing. We on there. We on there. And we on one subject, and you talking about something else. We'll be back there, BJ. We'll be back there. This ain't Peace Apostolics live. We'll be back there. Lady Wisdom says the Hawkins understood the mission. They perfected the vocals and instrument sound. That's what they did. They focused. They said, what is going to work? That's what, just like even Lynette will tell you in a minute, they wouldn't let her sing. Walter said Edwin wouldn't let him sing. He had to, He had to perfect the sound of Edwin. Walter had to perfect the sound of Edwin before Edwin would even let him sing with him. Now, when he was with Edwin and he got all those years with him, then when he did Love Center and got into Love Alive, he was able to express himself as Walter. I think he did like some stuff before he did Love Alive that was him, you know, but he still had to conform to the Edwin Hawkins singers way of doing things. Thank you so much, TJ, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Going to rehearsal since, you know, okay. If they were going to rehearsal since October and that's what they produced last night, they wasted a lot of time. They wasted a lot. I don't even think I heard click tracks. I don't think I heard, even though Edwin hated them and Tremaine hates click tracks, but Edwin would let them go and Walter would let them play them. Once they got, in his last 15 years or so. But Tremaine won't let you play no click tracks. She'll tell you to turn it off. She don't like that. But if they were rehearsing since October, I wouldn't tell nobody that testimony. I would keep that to myself. He had to blend in with them. And we know Walter has that voice. He had the voice of a tenor that, was out of this world. And a lot of things that we call tenor in the gospel music arena is bass and baritone. We don't really, tenor is more tenor in the operatic type of style of music. But we have reduced it down in our minds of thinking in gospel music as the tenor, but it's really not. It's really bass and baritone. But people like B. Slade and Walter Hawkins and Donnie McClurkin, at his peak, those were all supreme high tenors. So he really had to get that perfected to blend in with Edwin and his music. Lokovich says Edwin exemplified sound musicianship. That's what it was all about. That's why, oh my God, I wouldn't tell nobody that y'all rehearsed since October. Don't do it. Anita Baker got the pattern, looks like Detroit Legacy. The music's supposed to. We know you know how the music. Listen, I know how the music's supposed to go. The Hawkins were part of your growth. They really were. They really were. And there's another gnat in this room, y'all. I don't know where the gnats are coming from. Jesus, they're trying to attack me. Y'all sending gnats in my room, Detroit? Yeah, they were definitely a part of my growth because when I met them, it was time for me to go to the next level in my creativeness. It was time for me I got a new outlook on music. I appreciated music so much more, but not only did I appreciate music so much more, I knew that I had to come up a little bit higher in my music than I was. That's what the Hawkins did for me. Oh, you talking about? I'm gonna get you, Nat. I'm gonna get you. We're talking about musicians who would just run to every call. Listen, it's okay to say no. It's okay. You hate click tracks, yeah. Sometimes I say turn them off myself. It depends on the song, Shardy. Some people might think it started about April or May. You talk about the rehearsals. It sounds like it started Monday. This past Monday. I think they started rehearsing Monday. Did I get you? It's like I'm praising the Lord over here. Trying to snap a gnat. Well, I heard that too. Some people are saying, well, he's not and that's kind of important, I don't know. Well, I know some promoters who aren't actual singers or musicians, but they're great administrators. I mean, you can be a great promoter. You can be a wonderful promoter, Sean, but you not have a lot of musical ability behind you. But if you get the right MD that gets together the right musicians, you don't have one thing to worry about. You have trust in your MD. That's why I don't switch up a bunch of MDs. I keep my MD that I know that I have, a good rapport with. I know that I can trust. And my MD, if I have an event, I may not see all of the same musicians all the time. But I can guarantee you this: ain't gonna be one I not dotted or no T not crossed. When they come, they rehearse in Los Angeles and they come to my city. If I say I'm having something on a Saturday night, they come Friday night. They got the music together. I've rehearsed with my singers already, from whatever time I want to rehearse. Musicians come in, where they say they hit it in that intro. I play it, I play the song, I let them play the song through. Then I bring in the singers the second time. And then we tweak it as we go along. But I tell you this, ain't been not one time, well, I had to say, you playing that wrong, or that's not right, or we need to do that. There's always tweaks. There's always tweaks in things. But he's never come to that final rehearsal, that first rehearsal with me and the final rehearsal, and not been on point. So it's not always necessary, for that promoter to have musical ability. It helps. But if you can't get a MD to trust you, then you have a problem. They had to perfect their craft before they could be presented. That is something that should still be standard. Yes, Keisha. That should be the ultimate standard. Perfect it first. Don't get in front of the crowd rehearsal. That's not rehearsal time. It seemed like they were in rehearsal last night of some of those songs. Not the choir per se. Not the choir per se. But we can tell that there was kind of a hodgepodge with leaders, though. They even brought in Keisha Ely. Keisha Ely was there, and that was from Jonathan. Jonathan took a lot of Jonathan Greer. Had not Jonathan, this gnat, I'm going to get it. Had not Jonathan Greer stepped in to say, listen, my name is associated with the Hawkins. I just can't let this thing go down in flames. Jonathan Greer spent his money getting people here, getting leads here. It was reported to me one of the lead singers couldn't even get a lift either to the hotel or to the church, either to the church or to the hotel from the airport, because there were no funds to get her a lift. So how in the world were you going to have the money to pay Ricky Dillard had Ricky come? If there was no money for a lift for one of the lead singers from out of town, how in the world, had Ricky not been ill and showed up last night, how would Ricky have gotten paid? I'm trying to figure that out. You absolutely get what you pay for. That's why if you ain't got the money, and like I said, I'm not saying the musicians were not the best. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it didn't sound like they were cohesive at all. It sounded like they were playing at a musical or a Sunday morning service. Didn't sound like Superior musicianship to me. If y'all was doing the music of Flavor Flav, then you can do whatever you want to do. But we're talking about the Hawkins. But what I learned today about Flavor Flav, let me take that back. Flavor Flav is a classically trained pianist and can play multiple instruments. Was one of the ones to go into that Hitsville and play that organ. I mean, the piano that was there. So we can't talk about Flavor Flav. Jonathan Greer is a master quieter. I remember when he was yes, that's why I talked about who he was earlier. I don't think you were in here yet. Greater Bethany for years. Hawkins Music and Arts for years. No money to get the woman from a lift from the airport. Maybe Marcel should have sold that new Cadillac he just bought to get. Oh, Savior more than life. Did he take Ricky's money and buy a new Cadillac? Lord have mercy. Say it ain't so, Marcel. Say it ain't so. The Spirit told Ricky, go ahead and take your rest. Go ahead and take your rest, because this one over, you're going to get over there in Detroit and be pissed off, because they're not going to have your coins. Jessica said they would have paid him because they don't. Well, no, but my question is, Jessica, if you're still on Klarna, you're still on Afterpay, everything still hasn't been settled, then that Ricky money should have settled what's not settled as of today. What were they going to pay Ricky on if you're not settled with other things today? So you're saying maybe he would have just found the money and paid Ricky last night? Okay. All right. No. It's not about that, Shelby. It's not about that. I'm sure the singer had their own money. But when you call in singers, you provide transportation for them, Shelby. It's not about, people thinking they're so grand. And so, no. It's about the hospitality of things. When you call in people to do things for you, you at least need to get them from the airport, Shelby. They have to fend for themselves. Well, listen. Y'all. I think y'all missing the point. It's not about her not having money. She had money. But when you're calling someone in, y'all, maybe y'all don't do promotions or thing. Y'all think y'all go to concerts and things just happen. And people just get on the stage. Y'all paid your money. People get on the stage, and that's the end. Y'all shout or you enjoy the concert and you go home. I got you that time. I think. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Providing transportations for your guest is part of the agreement. It's a part of, the hospitality. Brand new Cadillac. He like Twinkie. Went over and spent all the money, sold the royalties, and bought a new Cadillac. Say it ain't the Spirit of Detroit. Is that the Spirit of Detroit? Y'all take the money and you buy Cadillac? What did Twinkie buy? I forgot what she bought. You said you doubt that Marcel is highly educated outside of what he does. Listen, sounds like no head. 65, yeah. This sounds like some future lawsuit. Listen here, Pam the Esquire. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Okay. I was that. You're probably right, Sean, because I asked Jesse. I said, I told Jesse, I said, It's a wonder no offerings were taken. But my thing is, you can't take no offering when two of the main Ricky ain't even here, Crystal Rucker ain't even here. What you need an offering for? You ain't had to pay them people. And that's wrong that he did Crystal like that. He canceled on Crystal Rucker last week. That's wrong. That's wrong. But we going for it again. Y'all going over there if you want to, Detroit. St. James won't be flying in on the 28th. I got to stay home and cut my toenails that day. Artists rehearsed before. You said you thought some artists rehearsed before a concert. I know they did back in the day. They do. That's why they come in the day before. Generally, they come in the day before or hours before, depending on the time of the concert. They come in and they rehearse with the band and rehearse with the. But then Ricky wasn't here. James Hall was flying here, and Jonathan was flying here. Maybe he spent a lot of money on that. Flying James Hall in. And I questioned why, I love James and stuff, but I questioned why he was there. And I guess James was kind of maybe another face to sell tickets, another face or another to get into promotions. That's why maybe he had James there. And like I said, I love Vincent too, but why did you spend money on Vincent? What was your directive of spending money on Vincent? John says, a few musicians were talking today, and I said that he keeps using people's names and they don't show up, and most were never planning to come. I've heard that's been his MO as well. He compete. Listen, come on, Lady Wisdom. He has been in the business and you can tell if your promoter has money or don't have money. When was the ticket bought? Was it not bought during the allotted time? Because in these writers, y'all, and a writer is a contract and the do's and don'ts that the artists give the promoters of what they require, and it's not a bad thing. Don't feel that people shouldn't have them. It's not a bad thing. If you don't tell people how to treat you, they will treat you like the hoe on the street, okay? And you being in the industry for I don't know how many years. If you don't show and tell people how to treat you, they will not treat you correctly. So don't be tripping on artists who have writers. And a lot of times the writers have particular times where you did to buy their plane ticket. Maybe you did a 50% before they come. Maybe you booked it with 20%. 30 days before, you got to do another 30% to make that 50, and then 50% when they get here. Sometimes it's like all those things are outlined in the contract in the writer, okay? And, so we don't know if some things were not done in a timely manner according to the contract or what have you. So we don't know. He may have peeped that game earlier on, Lady Wisdom. Yeah. So you right. Shoe, but he saw the bottom shoe. You had on the top shoe, but he saw the bottom shoe. I don't even know what you're talking about there. A Lincoln. Oh yeah, that she bought a Lincoln. Twinkie bought a Lincoln. Of course, I paid for a VIP ticket, and of course, there was no VIP reception. I want my VIP reception. I didn't even get a water. I flew in here from California, y'all. Didn't even have the reception as promised on the ticket. I got robbed. And everybody else who bought so-called VIP tickets got robbed. So yeah, I bought a VIP ticket. Listen, they was doing all that shouting. I didn't feel a thing. Not one thing. And I know I'm saved. And I know I'm filled up. I've been dipped. you know, I tarried on, I told you my story. I tarried on the altar and I still got the anointing. That was a bunch of fluff. Every day I'm hustling. Baby, he is hustling. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well, you know, they take offerings at these concerts after they get your money. They're a little short, they take an offering. How in the heavens do you not proper transfer? That's what I'm saying. So y'all in the chat talking about she should have had her own money. She do got her own money, but she's not obligated to use her own money when you've asked them to come and do a work for you. If you go, I had a credit card when I worked for Aetna. They gave me a credit card when I traveled. I didn't have to travel on my own. I didn't have to pay for gas or my car or my food. They even gave me, excuse me, allotment of food every month. Let me get some water. I was able to spend what $60 a day on food. I got my rental car, filled up with gas and all that. Do you expect to go work and have to travel and have to spend your own money? No, absolutely not. And let's not get deep in the talking about it's for Jesus, it's for Jesus. Do y'all think everything Marcel did was for Jesus? Huh? Listen, I think Crystal and Carmen, her assistant, would have whoa that spot, would have blew it up. What's up, Queen Mom? I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know, Lord. James Hall directed. Yep, he directed. I understand what you're saying. The promoter is responsible for all travel expenses and offering is raised to offset the expenses so no one is in the red. Yes, generally that's what is done. If you can, you know what? And my thing is, if I go to a concert, Keisha, and I read the room, you know, I see the artists. I know how much these artists charge. Or I see, you know, different people there on program, and I know they probably are expecting some kind of honorarium. But I see that the place is not packed. I just, in my mind these days, I just expect to give an offering. I don't complain about, I bought a ticket. I bought a ticket for like $100 one time at a concert to support, and they still ask for an offering. You know what? I think I gave them a 20 or something. I don't know. I gave them some money. It's just what is expected because gospel music a lot of times doesn't generate a lot of money. But then too, if you don't have it, don't put it on. Lady Wisdom, did we need that in the chat? Did we need it though? Yeah. You super late, Coco. That's all right. Harold Perry says, when the pureness of the music is not made a priority, then you get organized chaos. Jonathan had to perform a miracle. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Jonathan Greer, Detroit, y'all need to thank Jonathan Greer for just saying, you know what? I see the chaos. Jonathan spent a lot of his own money, y'all, to get people here. Just so a presentation can be adequate. Just adequate. Because when your name is on a ticket, on a thing too, and we're looking at, you know, Jonathan, you've been with the Hawkins so long, and you know, so you know, that's even a pressure upon him when you're stepping into something that you can see is not, you know, in order. So he had to spend a lot of his money. And I pray that he gets whole. It wasn't VIPing. I was robbed. I was robbed, y'all. One of y'all can reimburse me for my $40. I know God is putting it in your spirit to reimburse me my 40. Somebody from Detroit. My God. Somebody from Detroit. Hit that $ St. James Show. Make me whole. Somebody make me whole. I know you can make me whole. I didn't even get my VIP reception. Didn't even get me no Walmart Kirkland water. Please give me a Kirkland water. I don't know what y'all got here. We got Kirkland. I don't know. That's the cheap water from like Sam's Club, Walmart, Costco, or something. Y'all support the St. James Show. You know, St. James came out here, you know, on a mission. Ooh, my God, today. Let me see what else we got in the chat. Yeah, they taking office at funeral too, so that's going. Yeah, no oil. They were just shouting. You know, and you know, Vince, when you call in Vincent Bohannon, you know what you want Vincent to do. Vincent will shout you. Vincent is just a church guy. He's definitely gonna shout you. That's what they do in Brooklyn. They do it every Sunday. They do it every performance generally that he does. And we love Vincent for that. So Vincent did what he was here to do. All right. Early 80s, Shirley, she just came to my city, was in the back refusing to come out until she got her. Listen here. In my early days, I remember I told an artist came and I said, you know, we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and take care of you, you know, after the concert. You know what she told me? She said, St. James, if you can take care of me after the concert, you can take care of me right now. Go ahead and take care of that for me. I told my assistant, go on and get her money. Like, oh, if you can take care of me after the concert, no, you take care of me right now before I go on this stage. She got me all the way together. And that I did. I took care of her. Mm-hmm. I just like to bring it to your attention. That's all. That's all I'm doing. Because y'all need to know, if y'all going to take on these projects, and you need to hold these people accountable of what they're doing. Hold them accountable. I'm telling you, Marcel, you need to recover some of these relationships that you have destroyed, you know, between you and these people in this city. Just recover the relationship, you know, repent. You know, I don't know, you know, I'm just assuming, like I'm saying, this is reported to me. If you owe people money, you know, make a arrange. If you owe them $100, say, listen, I ain't got 100. Can we clear this thing out with 50? They may say yeah. And then you tell them, you know, I apologize. I just didn't do business right. You know, I think I just didn't do it. I think I had the right heart, but I think something clouded my vision. I think something tainted my heart. But I'm on the right road now. And if you hang out with me, I'll do you right. And if I can't do something for you, I'm gonna tell you. If I'm a speak with integrity. If I can't do something for you, then I'm gonna tell you early before you put in the work. I think you need to go back and Shauna forgive her. Shauna said he owe her a few dollars. If he come to you and make your offer, Sean, go ahead and take it. And if you shake the dust off your feet, just shake the dust off your feet. But if you want to, you know, give him a second chance to see what he do. Now, putting up another concert for the 28th, he out of line. You out of line. You out of line. You out of line. Mm-hmm. You're responsible for taking the guest, especially when you're asking them. Yes, Miss Candace. Yes. That's like bringing a guest preacher, yes, from out of town, and he got to pay for his own hotel. You can't do it. Can't do it to a preacher. Why would you call in, you know, a Bishop Jakes and say, well, he got money, he a millionaire, he can get himself from the hotel? No, we know he has money, but you invited him in, so you take care of ground transportation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the funds, bottom line, don't put it on. And I think that's the thing. Your VIP was guaranteed your seat. Yeah, but I didn't even sit in the VIP. I just sat in the back. I know, kind of not in all the way back, but I just kind of sat back because I like to just observe what's going on. And a lot of times you go to the front row and first second, you can't observe what's going on. I just like to observe. That's all. So I didn't sit all the way. But I bought the VIP ticket, as a support. Especially, I'm not going to come all from California and not really have a decent seat. I'm not going to do that. Not at all. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dolores, Timothy, John. Thank you so much. Oh, well, listen here. God has made me whole. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Candace. Candace, you're always a blessing. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone, but Candace, she all right. But Christian has made me whole. Thank you. See, Marcel, God gave me my own VIP reception. Since you deprived me. You got Kirkland water too? Okay, I'm just saying, Kirkland is Costco water. I thought Kirkland was Sam's. What's Sam's water then? Sam's Club. Inspire, you still awake? You on that yak tonight? That sound like Vicky. Vicky, what? I missed it. Let's say St. James, either you paid up front or Shirley's sisters will give you a meeting with Smith. They will whip out that Smith and Wesson. Like, oh, you gonna pay me on this night? Oh yeah. That's what you gonna do. Excuse me. COVID changed the dynamics of the entire church economy. The world has shifted. We must accept that. Yeah, we really must. And I don't know if these concerts and things like this, and especially in the church world, are ever going to be where we want them to be. It was always rough before the pandemic. So having these concerts, I don't know if we're ever going. That's why the tour with Kirk Franklin and all that, they have to put 50 million people on that ticket. And these are good caliber, high caliber gospel artists, but they have to travel together in order to fill those seats. The Clark sisters wouldn't be able to fill a arena like they feel when they go on tour with Kirk Franklin. Fred, nobody else is going to be able to do that on their own. Kirk Franklin even realized his audience is limited, but by packing the artists on these tickets, that's what's selling. Yeah. Aretha Franklin told him to keep your name and daddy's name out. Detroit too. He needs to stick to the Detroit. Yeah. Go ahead and just Dr. Fletcher. Go ahead and give Dr. Fletcher a tribute. Let's just stick to Detroit stuff. That September concert is going to pay for his winter time. Well, pal, I'm not really, excited, or I'm a little disappointed to hear that he just bought a new car. Where that money come from? Because we know he got some sponsorships for this concert. Where that money come from, Marcel? What you do? You hit the lottery? I see it was about 93 million. Did you hit the lottery, Marcel? You didn't spend that sponsorship money for the Hawkins tribute on no car. I know you didn't do that, Marcel. It ain't in you to do that. Somebody check the books. It's sick that people from Detroit who deal with him won't ever tell him to fix things. That's what St. James is here. Chris Brooks. That's why I'm coming to the city. I'm sweeping through that city where the loved ones have gone on before. I'm going to sit down by the banks of Detroit. I might be back some more. some more, some more. That's okay. Sometimes people don't listen to folks that in a city. Sometimes, we have to come in and put it in black and white and put it plain. A lot of things go on. So that's all right. Now, again, like I tell folks in my city, you want to continue to mess with that boy and his foolishness and believe that all the money gets stolen after it's time to pay everybody, then that's on you. Because I'm telling you today that you might get robbed and you might not get paid. And the dog might eat the envelope and with the money in it. So if you want to continue, God forbid, but it's on you. So that's okay, Chris Brooks. How he blocked you and owe you. They owe you money and then they block you. The fuck? Can they pay the artist before the concert? You have to. Generally, that's the contracted thing, Pamela. You pay them the booking fee, like whatever percentage you agree upon, whatever the contract says, or whatever you negotiate. I've negotiated lower booking fees. Usually they want 50%. I've negotiated 20% now to book you, 30%, 45 days, 60 days or so before the concert. So you do at least 50%. And then when they get here off their plane, and you generally, this is how I do it. And just when you book them into their hotel room, you meet them at the hotel room, you have the transportation or whatever. I meet them there and I get with their manager or their assistant, whoever, and I hand them over the envelope with the cash in it before they even go to sound check. That's how you do that. Before they go to a sound check, they're paid. Ed and Walter's presented those pictures as if they have never left. I know. Sometimes you just have to really, God, why? I could have gave you a list, Lord. I had a list ready for you. No, he needs to sit down and pay tribute to get the spirit right. Yeah, let's table the tributes. Let's table the tributes for a while. Let's do some relationship recovery. That's what we're going to do. Let's recover a few relationships before we start doing a bunch of tributes, okay? Maybe he needs to have a musician's appreciation, all on his dime. You buying cars, you got money to pay. Have a musicians and get the musicians in a room, all the prominent musicians of Detroit and Detroit area. Get them in a room, feed them some meals and say, I'm sorry. I've been a horrible promoter. And I want to apologize. That's what maybe he need to do. Stop the tributes for a while. People were literally walking in without pay. Yes, Jesse last night, like I told you, he had two ladies at the thing. One thing I don't mess with is the door. And then around the corner, because the usher sent me around the church to use the restroom, and it wasn't the right way, but I saw that there was another entrance around the church. So I'm guessing people maybe came in the back entrance and just walked in. Because when I got there, Marcel was out in the foyer right there kind of by the table. I guess he was doing a special prayer, hoping that, God sent an influx of people in here to pay a bunch of $20 or whatever he was charging. But I don't know. But Jesse walked in, didn't even show his ticket. I mean, the woman was like, go ahead. And I'm like, no. See, if anybody's sitting at my table when I'm doing a concert, you tell people to go ahead and you ain't checked nothing, you need to be relieved of your duties. Yes, sir. Observe. What would we say the wine is? Mm-hmm. Great value. Oh, great value. That's what it was. I think that's Walmart. Great value. Paid. You said I think the only person he paid after about a year was Vanessa Bell. Oh Jesus, because it was about to get serious. Woo! You know Vanessa need her cash. She don't do a lot of bookings. But you know what? I bet you, but Vanessa ain't sung from him again. Yeah. Let me see what else y'all saying. What did Harold say? Did I miss it? Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Marshawn says, I feel like Kirk is trying to give more exposure still to this day. Cece constantly goes out on her own. Let me tell you, she's on another level, Marshawn. Cece has dipped into the CCM type of air. We've talked about this before. She can go to concerts and pack out all on her own. She have somebody open for her and just pack out the concert. Like Marvin, when we were at Sandra Crouch's musical in Los Angeles, Marvin Winan said he had just a few days before that been to his sister Cece's concert and said it was just a plethora of white folk. And he said that because he says when his first concert with Andre Crouch, he went to Andre, it was the majority of white people. And Cece has taken on the era of Andre Crouch, and she has reached another demographic of people that keep her, her pockets full, and she doesn't have to rely on stacking up different artists with her. Cece say, "I'm going out on my own." You know, all my life you have been faithful. Even stole their song. All my life you have been so good. Stole their song right up from under them and won awards on it and takes it around the world. Go on, CC. I ain't mad at you. Now go help your brother with that church over there, CC. It's over there on 7th Mile in Woodward. Woodward. He been over there for 20 years, CC. You ain't got a little change, or you say he done collected enough money and you don't know where all that other millions of money. They done collected 21 and 13. They need a total of 56 million. CC, go help your brother out. All right, what else y'all saying? Feel right about taking care of the people first. I wouldn't feel right not taking. Yeah. You have to take care of people first. Billy hates witchcraft. What you talking about? She need to hear you. Uh, yes, she said winter tires. That's what Pam said. What name do you see when I send a cash app? You want me to say it? Dolores. Dolores. That's what I see. Lady Wisdom. You putting fake names? I don't blame you. See, it's not that. See, it's not that hard. You gonna have to catch the replay. You in here late. So, what was good about the tribute? Gospel music, Pam, is always good. You always love to hear the music of the Hawkins, regardless of how you feel about it as a deep rooted Hawkins fan. And someone who has a little bit more in depth about who they are. Just hearing the music always brings back the memories, the good memories that you had, either as growing up listening to the Hawkins or being like some of us and being affiliated with them. So just hearing the music, Pam, was great. That's what I would say was the good thing about the tribute. Hearing the music. Was the music executed in an excellent way? No. But hearing it brought some things back to you. That's what I feel was good about the tribute. Part of the Brooks musical legacy, he knows. Chris Brooks. So are you related to Michael Brooks? Chris Brooks. Are you related to Michael Brooks? They will say they couldn't find you after the service, didn't know where to give it. Listen, I've seen some dude like the one I was talking about from my city. I've seen him skeet skirting and hiding from people he owes money after concerts. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it. I sure have. I told that one girl, she came up to me. Well, you seen it? I said, there you go over there. Go get him. There you go. I'm so messy. Yeah, there you go. He running from you, girl. He don't want you to eat tonight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a Detroit gospel history video he's supposed to release. We still waiting for it to. Oh Lord! And that one I'm talking about released the Fresno gospel history thing. He did release it, but I tell you, they got kindred spirits. Ooh, I hope that boy stops. You said what? Yeah, last night, say that Jesse named 3 good things last night, and one of them was the ushers. Yeah, the ushers were very nice. He led me to the wrong door for the bathroom, but did apologize. He was really nice. He's so nice. What range do you think Ricky's at? Well, Ricky, it depends on what you're asking Ricky to do. If you're asking him to come in and just like direct a song, Ricky, like last night, it was probably between 5 and 6,000. I'm thinking that's probably what it was, between 5 and 6,000. Don't quote me, but from my experience, I believe it was that. Yeah, I know it was right out there, and he led me all the way around the church. That's why I seen that other interest. I'm like, oh, is these people just coming in this interest over here? Yeah. You said they should have read Nicolation before. People better take a lesson from the best to even do it. Evangelist, yes, sir. She didn't play about her coins, and she kept her coins in her purse under that piano. You screwed her one time, and after they screwed her that one time, Aretha Franklin didn't play about her money. You want her, then you will pay her when and the amount that she wants. Yeah, Aretha didn't play. Mm-hmm. You put her. You better stop. Talk about she didn't put her teeth in until she was paid in full. Y'all too much. Listen here. CC Winans is saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Spirit. Okay, she got the white spirit, filled with the Holy Spirit. He just makes. I love CC. Yes, 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 yes. Did you got a gold shovel? Well, it ain't helped. Mm, 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 mm. Jesus was that babe. The building fund had Jesus' name, was a babe. Listen here. Marshawn says, what'd you say? I feel like her having the white audience as well has always been an excuse, but I get it. She has just as many, white fans as black. That's just not common for black. It's not. It's not. And we love CC, and especially we love her. And some people say, oh, their music is like whatever. CC is good. I love CC when she was singing. Her and BB was singing with Tammy Faye Baker and Jim and Tammy. I wish BB would bring back his play, his production. It is such a great production. I don't know if it's anybody in the chat seen that. BB's life story. I saw it in Los Angeles. It was great. BB needs to bring it back. Oh yeah, I used to play for. Oh, you used to play for Perfecting. Okay, but who's that over there? There's a Brooks at Perfecting now. That your brother? Are you related to that Brooks? The one that was on Grown in Gospel? I forget his name, first name. Michael Brooks' son. Marvin said he used to be famous. You're right. Right. He used to be famous. Now he's CeCe's brother. Yeah, that's what he said at the funeral. Um, before this year over with it, you'll be 20K. I hope so. Yeah, yeah. I need y'all to keep subscribing. All right. I really want to hit 20K by the end of August, by the end of the summer. So if y'all can really hit that like button and share it. And I walked into the hotel. I walked out of the hotel yesterday, and a friend of mine from LA was here, and I didn't even know he was here. He said, "Come in." He showed me his text, and somebody had sent him my video. He said, "I ain't even watched it yet." I said, "Oh, well, thank you for, I'm glad someone sent it to you so you can watch it." I think it was my Peace Apostolic video, one of them. Third song, it was over it. It looked like by the third song, the audience were over. You talking about for what? Last night? Come on now. D-Rock said they got a degree from the Hawkins University. I saw you over there getting your degree too. I got mine too. We got degrees in the Hawkins University. Wasn't no degrees last night. I don't even think they got GEDs in Hawkins music. Not even GEDs in Hawkins education. Yes, he was. Make sure you hit the replay. People are shady. They may or may not support you, but when white people like you, they pay. Yeah. They just throw out the money. Oh, that's your blood uncle. Okay, gotcha. Okay, got you. The word according to Money Pot, they come in here always, you know. Oh, you are Dolores. All right, Dolores. Dolores. If he brings the choir. Oh no, no. You've gone to another level if Ricky brings the choir. You're up to the 25 to 30,000. No lie. You're up to 25 to 30,000 if he brings the choir. If you want him, you may get him for about 5 to 6. About how many people were there? I really don't know the capacity of the church. I would say they had at least 500 or so there, or a little bit more. But you got to remember, say there's 500 people there. As a promoter, you have to give a certain amount of free. Just imagine the choir generally doesn't pay for a ticket. And there's generally amount of tickets that you give away for free as promotions, whether it be with, gospel. And another thing, I didn't see, does anybody see Sandy Rose? Because I met Sandy Rose at the Ricky Dillard concert, and I always watch her. She's with the Detroit radio station, the gospel station. I didn't see her there. Does he promote on on those types of things, or has he burned them and they don't want to promote his stuff anymore at the radio station? Because I was looking for Sandy Rose. The second good thing about the concert was, the second good thing was Jacob Sheard showed up and his brother, and they seem to enjoy themselves, but they churchy. Those are just churchy boys. And he's going to be the presiding bishop in about 25 years. He's probably going to be the youngest presiding bishop the Church of God in Christ has ever had, because he's on the right road. He's on the right track for that. So, she did. He even knew who St. James was. So that scares me about walking into some places tomorrow. Woo! My God. She didn't get out of her car, but she didn't get her money. She said, yeah. Oh, you in here today, huh? You're late, Paige Franklin. Even non-believers respect God in CeCe and her music. Listen, CeCe got that kind of anointing, that alabaster box type of anointing that just sends you to another way. Yeah, perfect. That's what I'm saying. That's my thing, Shardy. It's like Perfecting's music ministry so off the hook. I expected it to be that level last night. Yeah. CeCe and Whitney. Yes, pinnacle of voices, especially when they were together. Yeah. She did try to throw Whitney under the bus after, told her not to be doing no I'm every woman, whatever she was talking about. Jay Bush's cousin. What's up, Dev? Say JBB is too busy with they at his house or on tour. Where they at, Dev? Where they at? They at his house or on tour. Where they at, Dev? Where them Korean boys from? Where them Korean boys at CCBB? Korean boys. Okay, that's your first cousin. All right. Got you. Jay Brooks. Yeah, I couldn't, I was like, what is his name? I always call him Brooks. Keisha says LFC, she's anointed, but she not gonna shut up like the Beverly. No. She's not gonna give you. And you know what? You don't want people to all be the same, Keisha. You know, like your pastor, John Terrius Tate. I need him to be that. I need some other people to kind of be what they are. You know, I need Noel Jones to be do what he do. I don't need everybody to do the same type of gig. I need you to stay in your lane. That's what I need you to do. Yeah, she never, she's not gonna give you Beverly Coffin, and I don't want her to. I want her to take me to the throne of God and put me at Jesus's feet. I want to bow down and worship. That's what I want to do when I hear Beverly. I want to pick him up and put him down. Okay, that's when I hear Beverly. Listen, I was trying to be nice. I really can't really. What do you think? 4? I don't know. Okay. I don't know how many were there last night. I know it wasn't packed. I mean, it was a nice crowd, you know, as they started trickling in, but I'm kind of lost when it comes to how many people. You said Sandy don't fool with him either. Okay. I gotta hit up Sandy. I meant to hit up Sandy Rose because I was gonna do a show with Sandy Rose and I forgot to hit her up. She told me to hit her up so we can do a show together when I came to Detroit. And I forgot to hit her up. Sandy Rose, I'm sorry. But she probably got the same testimony I got. Sounds like you don't mess up with people who. Yes, and I was just wondering because Sandy promotes. She had, who did she have on her show the other day? She had, what's that lady girl, Tarantine? Remember that singer Tarantine something? I think she had her daughter on there. She's promoting some stuff, and Sandy is always promoting Detroit gospel. So I was really in, now I've probably figured it out. What's up, Shaquem Raw? I'm in your city, Shaquem Raw. Did you add me on Instagram? I think I added you on Instagram. I'm in Detroit. I heard NG have to pay their own way to travel. Yeah, they do. I think. Well, it depends on the situation. It depends on where they're going. Yeah, it depends on the weather. And you know what? And if you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. She's not promoting him. My. Marcel. I think along with the musicians, you need to get Sandy Rose and her team, the advertising team, in the room too and feed them and give them some food and apologize. All right? You need to apologize. Ooh, I'm trying to help you out, Marcel. You're over there buying new Cadillacs from mule backs to Cadillacs. God is obviously blessing you. Now, the ones around you can't get blessed, but God seems to be blessing you. I may have missed, but have they tribute? Let me see. I may have missed it, but why did they have the tribute, and why is Detroit and not the Bay? We always do it in the Bay Area. We do that. Excellence in the Bay Area. Why not take it out and do it somewhere else? But we're going to rethink that, Earl. We'll rethink it. We're putting the Hawkins tributes on the shelf right now. We're going to have to get together and talk to Donald and see who we're going to restrict from doing Hawkins tribute. There needs to be a restriction. Mm-hmm. It would have been nice if Rusty. Why did you eat? Oh, Jesus. Harold Perry. See, you being messy. Because you being messy, Harold. Because you seen what Rusty put on Marcel's post. because Rusty questioned why he wasn't invited. And we talking about Rusty Watson. Rusty was the conference coordinator for years for the Music and Arts Seminar. And he's also Love Center choir director, vocal director at times. Harold Perry, you being messy. I don't know why they didn't call in Rusty. Mm-mm-mm. You said Cece was shady, but she was still on the album. Yeah, yeah. Sandy is also with Detroit. Yes, she is. If she wasn't, let me tell you, I'm gonna inbox Sandy and say, Sandy, what happened, baby? What happened? Because I really, well, I would say I was expecting her, but I mean, from the reputation that people were telling me about the promoter, I really wasn't expecting her. It's your hubby's birthday? Happy birthday, sir. Don't call me in the office. Just pay your dues. Pay your due. Pay your late dues. That's all you got to do. Where my behold, I show you a mystery. Lady Wisdom. I got a few places I want to hit up. I got a few places I want to hit up before I hop on my plane manana. I'll tell y'all after the fact, okay? Yes, her own unique sound and anointing CC has. Yes, she does. Mother boy. So she got that good old rewind video. She got that good old anointing. And it's, you know what it did, rewind videos? It stuck. That anointing stuck on CC. And we're glad. Well, that's a possibility, Nutless Birds. It's a possibility. Ain't nobody going over there to Kiki Wyatt's church. Is she still having it? Go visit old AME church tomorrow. Oh no, honey. They'll put me to sleep probably. Do they have church? Some AMEs have church. No. I listen. I'm up now too. You're gonna have to get up early, losing some sleep. Did Stephanie sing last night? Is that the one? Yes, Stephanie sung last night. Yes, she did. Yeah, remember? I think she sung a couple songs, right? If Sandy doesn't fool with you, because she likes it. She seemed very nice. When I met her at Ricky Dillard's concert, she seemed really, really nice. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Shard. Evelyn Tarantine AD. I think that was her daughter that Sandy Rose had on her show, I believe. Evelyn, yeah. I think that was her daughter. God did it. Apologize and stop lying. That's right. Full stop, right? Full stop, Sean. Just apologize and stop lying. Stop it. Deborah Winans' love is anointed, but not on the world stage as much. Okay. Deborah Winans' love. I thought Cece's last name was Love. I thought Cece married a Love. Deborah married a Love too? Because I could have swore Cece's husband's last name is Love. I don't know about her sister being a Love too. That's what he thinks will bring people out. 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. People all said 2024 is a year of exposure. Oh, Sean, everybody been getting exposed since forever. Who's a Trump? CC? I don't know. Probably a secret one. I don't think they really be like, per se, Trump supporters. I think they just be Republicans. I don't want to put them on that they Trump support. If they got any anointing in them or any Holy Ghost, they know that man ain't even a real Republican. He just got in where he fit in. Visit Kwame's church. Oh, is that he got him a church, the ex mayor? I ain't going over there. She want to holler all her service, Kiki whining. No. You said not too much in the Amy. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of service I need to expect. My grandma grew up AME. We was I mean we my grandma was AME. So I'm familiar with AME. I used to go to Carter Memorial and have to sing a few tunes every time I came to my city for the summer with my grandparents. They put me and my sister up, sing a few tunes. I mean, we got up there. We used to sing BB and CC Winans. What did we used to sing? What's the BB and CC Winans song we used to sing? Life was bitter to the core. There was nothing to live for until love came. That was our song. I was left all alone. I was my own. I can't remember the words now. It's covered me. I was there to really. Oh, we thought we was B. My sister thought we was BB and CC. Yes, we did. The Angie of the woman's is Angie one of the woman's sisters? I don't know about that. Yeah, that's CC's sister. Alvin Love. That's what I thought. Then they talking about Deborah Love. Deborah C. I don't think Deborah Winans Love. That was CC married to Love. Oh, Deborah Lowe. Okay, all right. You corrected yourself. All right. Yeah, that confused me for a minute. Deborah's a good. If I recall, I just saw her sing recently. I think she's good. He used to go to GEI before he got locked up. Who we talking about now? Who got locked up? I forgot who we was talking about. Deborah married Lester Love. I'm not sure how him and Alvin are related. Oh, okay. Oh, or Lester. I don't know. I'll be doing a little bit of something, a little bit of, okay, y'all. If I'm gonna get to anybody's churches in the morning, I need to get out of here. Yeah, Mayor Kwame. Yeah, well, he can have his church. I'm not interested. All right, y'all. So hopefully Detroit is not too upset with me and they understand where I'm coming from in regards to this tribute. Okay. And if you would really, go into the recesses of your mind and your heart, you will understand. And you will, even the musicians, will you consider that it could have been much better as the time that was spent supposedly rehearsing? Yeah, remarks and benediction. So I pray that next time there's a tribute that sweeps through the city, that it will, connect and really massage the foundation of whatever artist they're making the tribute for. And that they would reach out and listen to people that have been close to the artist, such as musicians who traveled with them for years, and take into consideration their thoughts and opinions on how things should be executed. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Said, sorry, I had to come all the way to Detroit and didn't get that Detroit guy. Listen, I know it's here. I've heard it over the years, but I really wanted to hear it mixed with the Hawkins last night. I think had it been executed a little bit better, it would have been wonderful. Lord, lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on a mountain high. That's a good white music right there. Go to GEI. Give your enlightening review. Do you think Wise announced whether you're going to fellowship tour? No, I'm not. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent from one from another. Watch and pray, live holy every day. That's what you should tell them. Make sure that you guys are supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you, but without your support, we can't hang around here too long. Will God always provide? Yes, he will, but he provides through his saints. So saints over here at the St. James Show, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight here in Detroit. Make sure before you get out of here that you make sure that you hit the like button. Always share, 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 and subscribe. We are on a road to 20,000. Become a member. Link is in the bio. Thank you for commenting below respectfully. And there you go. $ Saint James Show. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. And when all else fails, just know that you know that you know that you know that he will definitely bring you out. Thank you, everybody.
Testimony this morning. Help us say he'll make it. Won't he do it? Won't the Lord do it? Won't he, won't he, won't he, won't he, will. Hey. Whatever the problem, whatever the situation, I come to tell you this morning, God will. He will bring you out. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. He will bring you out. Hey, everybody clap your hands. I need a couple of people that know he'll bring you out. Clap your hands like you believe it this morning. Woo! Everybody clap. Need us to sing it one more time. Please sing it one more time. He will bring you out through every valley. He will bring you out. If you ever been sick, God bring you out. Is there anybody here?